Skateboarding. Learn to skate like a pro. Skateboarding. Skateboarding by Clive Gifford. Introduction. Skateboarding is a really amazing sport. It gives you the freedom to cruise around and try out awesome tricks. No matter how good you get, there are always new moves to learn and nail and different places to ride. Even top skaters find new challenges to tackle. This book will get you into skateboarding and help you learn the basics. From board care and how to bail out when falling to performing your first ollie. It will also show you some of the latest and greatest tricks around. Street skating lets you use any piece of street furniture, from benches and curbs to steps and rails. Just make sure you're skating in a place where it's safe and legal. A street move, jumping down some steps. A vert move, grabbing the board while soaring above the rim of a skate park bowl. Me and my skateboard equal awesome. Daryl. Two key flavors of skateboarding are street and vert. Street sees riders use parts of the urban landscape, like curbs, concrete slopes, and handrails, to try out moves on. Vert skating sees skateboards use bowls, ramps, and pipes to perform spectacular tricks. Pro legend Tony Hawk pulls a handplant trick at the top of a ramp. A sidewalk surfer cruises the beachfront back in the 1960s. Old school skateboarding. Skateboarding has a long history. It is a huge sport now, but at the start of the 1960s, only a handful of people had boards. The 1960s saw the first wave of skateboarding when surfers started cruising on boards with wheels when there were no waves to surf. This boom was called sidewalk surfing. Empty swimming pools proved the perfect bowls for boarding. The 1970s saw lots of new inventions. These included urethane wheels which gripped and rode better, kicktails, the curved upward part of the board at the back, and wider skateboards. These helped riders invent lots of new tricks, including, in 1978, the ollie. See pages 26 through 27. Skateboarder pioneer Tony Alva pulls a great move while pool riding. There are no rules about what tricks you can and can't do. Invent your own. Gus. Skateboarding in empty swimming pools was popular in the United States in the 1970s. As more and more people owned skateboards, the first concrete skate parks were built in North America and in Europe. The first opened in 1976. Getting on board. Skateboards come in lots of different designs. Your first board is an important buy. An unsuitable board might put you off, so make sure you get advice and a good quality board from a specialist skate shop. When I started, I used smaller wheels because they are not as fast. Taylor. The hardness of a skateboard wheel is measured by a device called a durameter. The higher the number, the harder the wheel. Softer wheels with a reading of 75 to 90 are good for cruising on roads and rougher ground. Harder wheels with a reading of 95 to 98 are used in street skating. Wheels come in lots of colorful and great-looking designs. Larger wheels, 2 1/5 inch or more, are good for cruising and vert riding. Small wheels, 2 1/10 inch or under, are good for pulling ollies and other. Wheels should run smoothly on their axles. They are held in place by hex nuts. Between the wheels and the axles are rings called the bearings. These contain small steel balls that ensure your wheels turn smoothly. Wheels. Wheels are a really important part of your skateboard. They are attached to the deck by the metal parts called trucks. Good quality trucks are made of aluminum. Wheels come in different sizes and different levels of hardness. A good skate shop pro can help choose the right wheels for you. Street skaters use lightweight trucks to help them ollie up onto rails and ledges. Board talk. Keeping the deck of your skateboard clean and dry will help it last. A skateboard has three main parts: the deck, the wheels, and the trucks. Decks come in different sizes, but most curve upward at the front, called the nose, and the back, called the tail. Grip tape is a sandpaper-like material that helps keep riders to grip the board and perform tricks more easily. Buy a skate tool to help make adjustments. Trucks are fitted to the deck by bolts. You can tighten or loosen the bolts a little. Looser bolts make turning easier, but always keep the bolts tight enough so that you cannot undo them with just your fingers. Before riding, give your board a quick check. Make sure all the bolts are tight and that the bolts and the wheels run smoothly. If your wheels are worn on their outer edge, you can turn them around to make them last a little longer. You can customize your board with loads of cool pictures. My slick deck is shiny underneath. It is awesome for sliding along rails. Gus. Starting out. Ready to ride? Make sure you begin to learn skateboarding in a safe place away from roads and other dangers. Start your skateboarding under the eye of more experienced riders. They can help you learn the basics. Skate safety. Skateboarders always fall, so it makes sense to protect yourself. Skating in safe areas and never skating on your own will cut down the dangers. So will wearing good quality safety gear, like knee and elbow pads and helmets. Safety gear lets you skate another day. Learning to bail, ways of falling safely, will also help. The strap of your helmet should always be secured tightly. Knee slide. As you feel yourself starting to fall, step off the board. As your foot hits the ground, bend your knees and fall onto your pads. Slide until you stop, with your knees together and feet tucked in. The skaters featured in this book sometimes skate without their safety gear on. You should always wear full safety gear when performing tricks marked with this symbol. Some skate parks insist you wear safety gear on ramps and pipes. Never stick out your arms to break a fall, or you might break them. Gus.